So here's another example of what the self-publishing route today can look like. In the spring of 2014, I had a client who I helped publish and creatively market her first book on Amazon Kindle. She followed the answer to all your questions method and also filmed all of her answers so that she was simultaneously creating her marketing content. She had her assistant transcribe everything and then edited the content herself. The total cost of her book, $65 for the layout, $25 for the cover. She chose to publish on Kindle only as the book was a shorter intro to what it was that she actually did. After the book was on Amazon, she told her friends and customers who read the book and left her some honest reviews. Now, once she reached 10 reviews, we launched her marketing campaign. 48 hours later, she hit #1 on the Amazon bestseller list for her category. And from reaching #1, she was able to increase her rates, gained exposure to a higher level of client, and saw her company reach expand. All that for under $100. However, there is more to this story. You see, the exposure she received from that first #1 book gained attention from one of the big 5 publishers in New York who eventually offered her a real publishing deal, and she excitedly took it. There was a catch, though. The publisher required her to pay for the cover design, the layout of the interior, and the printing costs for the first 3,000 copies of the book. They would then put her into bookstores nationwide. Total fee for all of that, $8,000. Next, the publishing company also wanted her to have her own custom website just for the book and required her to use their graphic designer and web team at a cost of $2,200. She decided she needed a logo for the book. That was another $700. Now, the publisher did have an editor for the book, but she wasn't happy with the end result, so she hired her own editor, another $2,500. So, after $13,400, she was, quote, a real author, and she still hadn't sold one single book. Of course, the way to remedy that was to hire a publicist. She found a great firm who agreed to come on for only $5,000 a month. She eventually negotiated that down to $2,500, but she had to sign a guaranteed 3-month agreement, and she had to pay that up front, so there went another $7,500. All total, her real book experience by a real publisher with real publicity cost her just over $20,000. 3 months later, she had a 1-paragraph blurb on Time.com. She also had an interview on a local morning radio show, just one interview, both of which resulted in absolutely no sales. But hey, her book is in bookstores. So what do you think? $100 for a bestseller on Amazon? Or $20,000 for a real book which has still never reached the bestseller status? Which would you choose? For the record, in my experience and the experience of my clients, public relation firms, sometimes called PR firms, and publicists, for the most part, are not worth the fee. If you are a publicist or a PR firm, please contact me if you feel that you can actually deliver results, because I would be more than happy to talk to you. I have found that most PR firms and publicists don't deliver any sort of trackable result, and definitely nothing that can unequivocally prove that the books were actually sold from their efforts. All right, so why did I bring the costs up? I bring up costs because I want you to see how much the game has changed. I want you to see that the self-publishing route that I followed 6 years ago was practically as expensive as it was to go with a publisher. I also want to show you the reality of publishing a book with a traditional publisher. Most people think, oh my gosh, if I get a publisher, they're going to cover all the costs. And even today, that's just not always the case. That being said, with my second book, I did go with a publisher, and the publisher did cover the editing, layout, design, the cover, and the printing. However, they didn't do any marketing. The marketing was still all up to me. And we'll get into marketing strategies later, but when the book was released, I contacted the publisher and said, hey, what can you do to help me with marketing? Their response was basically what most publicists do. They submit you to places to possibly get interviews on podcasts, internet radio shows, and generally outlets that don't have a tremendous amount of reach or impact. The one resource that I found that did actually result in some interviews was a publication called the Radio and TV Interview Report, which you can find at rtir.com. It's an online newsletter mailed out to radio and TV producers. As an author, you can buy an ad for about $2,000 for 3 months. I did use this service, and I ended up booking over 30 interviews over a 2-month period, which is far more than my client did for her $7,500. However, I made sure not to do any other marketing during this time. I relied on radio interviews as my sole source of book promotion so I could track the results. At the end of every interview, I plugged my website and book on Amazon. Then I would watch the sales reports to see how many books I sold, and it was very easy to track, a big fat 0. So after going through all of that, I said to myself, you know what, let me take a crack at it. I used the methods that I'm going to teach you in the next chapter, and within 2 weeks, my book hit number 7 on the Amazon bestseller list. My publisher actually called me and said, "What did you do? How did you do that? Can you please teach us what you just did so we can do this for our other authors?" And that's when a light bulb went on for me. My exact thought was, wait a minute, you're the publisher. Shouldn't you know how to do this? I mean, isn't that the point of your business? If you're a publisher, shouldn't you understand marketing and how to make best-selling books? Shouldn't you know how to create a marketing campaign around your authors? The fact that they called me and asked me just to give them everything I had developed so they could charge their other authors for the service, it was completely ludicrous to me. Of course, my answer was no. I spent a lot of time and a lot of money learning how online book marketing works. You're going to learn all of my secrets and take everything I've done to create your own best-selling book. And then you're going to be able to create a market-dominating brand from those books. Before we do that, let's discuss how easy it now is for you to get published. There are 2 different services that Amazon offers. I admit I'm a little Amazon-friendly because, let's face it, Amazon is the Goliath. They have the biggest distribution, they have the biggest global reach, they make it extremely easy to get your book up online, and their customer support is second to none. When you publish with Amazon, you need to understand that there are 2 separate services that they offer: print, which is also called createspace.com, and the Kindle, which is under a banner called Kindle Direct Publishing. And the website for that is kdp.amazon.com. With Kindle, you can literally take a Word document or PDF and a cover image and upload it to Amazon. Within a day, your book is live. It couldn't be easier. However, remember earlier that I said if you upload the straight document, sometimes the formatting will get thrown off. However, there is a quick fix for this. Simply hire a graphic designer to lay your book out according to the traditional publishing standard and then convert it into a .mobi file. That's .mobi. And you can usually find somebody to do that for you on Fiverr or Upwork. However, there's an even easier way to do it. First, publish your book on CreateSpace. There is a little bit more legwork involved up front because you do need to lay your book out to CreateSpace printing requirements, yet it will pay off in the long run. Because once you've got everything laid out and you've got a cover, upload them into your account. Amazon has a quality control team that then goes through everything and checks it for you. If something's wrong, a lot of the times they'll just go ahead and fix it for you. If they can't fix it, they'll send you an email saying you can't upload your file and explain the problem you need to fix. Once everything is fixed, they'll publish. Within about 48 hours, it'll be up on Amazon for purchase. At that point, you can order print copies and have them in your hand within just a few short days. Once everything is uploaded to CreateSpace, you'll see a little box that says, "Would you like to publish this on Kindle as well?" Click the box, pay the $79 fee, and within a few days, your book will be available on Kindle as well. Now, when I was just starting out with my publishing company, I'd publish it on Kindle first, and then we would move it over to CreateSpace. However, we were having some issues doing our own conversion from a Word document to a .mobi file. When the book finally did get on Kindle, it had all sorts of funky technical issues. Sometimes the files were not working correctly across all the Kindle platforms. So, you've got the Kindle Fire and the Kindle Paperwhite, and you've got the iPad, and you've got Android devices, and you have computers, and so it just wasn't working on all of those. So now, to avoid the hassle, we start with CreateSpace. Amazon will do all the conversion for you. As in most cases, if you want the best result, just go directly to the source. They obviously know what they're doing, and they will make sure everything works. I absolutely love the Kindle Direct Publishing Program, KDP. Amazon has created some really amazing marketing tools for you to promote your books there. Jeff Bezos realized that we, as independent authors, don't necessarily have the money to do a huge marketing campaign like one of the big 5 publishers. So we don't have the money to compete. And he also realized that a lot of us have social followings. We have Instagram followers, Twitter followers, Facebook fans, customer lists, LinkedIn groups. And he recognized that there should be a way for us to easily promote our books to those who are already following us. In the Kindle Direct program, you can do a special on your book. It's a countdown timer where you can discount the price for a set period of time. The tool allows you to also email the countdown timer to your customers. It's a great way to say, hey, my book's going to be on sale for only $2 for the next couple of days. Get it while you can, because when the deal's over, price goes back up to $10. It's a great way to kind of create scarcity to get people to actually go and buy your book. So when your customer clicks on the link and they go to your Amazon page, there's actually a timer there that says 3 days remaining, and there's also a countdown timer on the page as well. Another tool they give you is the ability to list your Kindle book for free. This is a great tool if you want to get some good publicity and some good reviews for your book. Now, there are some unscrupulous marketers out there who will tell you if you give enough books away for free, you can be a Kindle bestseller. Kindle does have a free bestseller list. My view on this is that Giving away 10,000 copies of your book doesn't make you a best-selling author. It makes you a best-distributing author. You're not really a best-selling author. You're the best giveaway author. In my opinion, you're not really an official best-selling author until your book reaches the top 100 on the Amazon bestseller list, paid.